Welcome back to Astroneer. I hope you guys enjoyed the last video. I don't know how many people have watched at this point. So yeah. I've just hopped on to start the video. My research is complete, so I'm gonna throw the next one on. So the plan for today is going to be to start working towards my first rocket. This. Which is going to take a lot of bytes, but before I can unlock that, I want to get the oxidizer, which I do need ceramic for, but that's clay. So I think right now the best bet is to, mainly I want to fix my power situation. That's the next thing I should do. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock small wind turbines now. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna get small wind turbines, then I'm gonna unlock small solar next, and then start getting those up. I know I don't really have that much copper. Actually, I have no copper or quartz or anything. So I do want a soil concentrate, but for now that's gonna have to stay there. I do need the rocket. First I'm gonna have to get the thruster, which is cheap, 500 bytes, and then I would like the oxidizer because it would help me exploring, but I don't need it. I could just get the rocket and the rocket engine. But if I can get the shuttle, I can then go to, let me open up this. I can then go over here to Calidor, which has its primary resource is malachite, which is copper, which means, and copper is not that rare there, so it'll be not that hard for me to get a bunch of copper up. So that won't be that big of an issue if I can actually get myself a rocket. Let me just unload my inventory real quick before I do anything. I still have these on me. Put these tethers here. I think I'm gonna grab myself an extra compound so I can throw that on. While that's going, I think I'm gonna go mining for a little bit. You know, that little mine that we have somewhere. I'm not actually sure where it is. I'm just gonna. I don't remember exactly where it is, so I'm gonna follow the tether line to the mine and jump in there. I need to remember to be loud because for some reason my headset mic is terrible. And what I probably should do soon, like either for Christmas or whatever, and ask my parents to see if I can get a better actual mic that, you know, much easier for you to hear me, where I basically don't have to be screaming into my mic for you to understand what I'm saying. There's my hole. Let's go into the hole, unto the darkness, and not kill myself, preferably. Okay, well there's the laterite that I mined. I haven't mined it all, but I don't need. I can mine some more of it later, but for now, I want to explore this cave a little bit. There's a hole here. Oh, that was just a small hole. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's compound under. I know compound can spawn underground, but it's much easier to find it on the surface. So there is a spot for me to get some more tethers if I truly need it. What I'm looking for right now is, well, I kind of want to get myself some zinc, so that I can be, I usually use zinc just for quick research, but I can also use it for, like, it's actually used to build your terrain tool mods, not the drill mods, but the like speed mod and stuff. Oh, there's a gas thing over here. Let's kill this thing real quick. Seed, and it's mutant. Usually when you get a mutant seed means that when you plant it, it won't hurt you. You can also research it. Oh no, it's mutated. You can't research it. Derp. I'm small brain. Quartz. It doesn't look like there's very much. It doesn't look like a very big deposit. And as I'm saying that, I'm gonna probably get like 10, 20 pieces of quartz. So I can now, if I smelt this into glass, I can turn this into wind turbine. So I at least have some more solution to my power situation. Okay, this is a bigger deposit than I thought it was gonna be. As soon as my backpack's full, I'm gonna head up. Oh, there's zinc over there too. Yeah, zinc looks almost like compound, but a little almost shinier. It's kind of shinier. Quartz are pretty easy to spot. They basically almost, if you have to look for quartz, it's like these crystals. They look like these crystals that they look like glass, but more of a crystal form, which I'm pretty sure is what they're meant to look like. At least I'm pretty sure that's what they're designed to look like. I don't think it was just that's what it looks like. A lot of ores ores usually look like what they turn into. Like, for example, lithium. Lithium looks like a bunch of electrical cords, and it's used to make batteries and some electronics, so I guess it makes sense. It looks almost like electrical cords. And then lithium is used in some, actually quite a lot of buildings, so I can see why it looks almost like almost like plates of metal just sitting there. I probably really should make a direct line straight from this tether line over here, because it's much faster. It's much faster to run from here to base. Oh, I'm out of tethers. I can survive the run over here, and then I can make myself some more tethers real quick. Let me just grab a compound, and then begin building the tether while I take the compound off my back. Compound, I mean quartz. And I'm just gonna plant this over here. It would auto plant if I just left it there, but I want to actually make sure it starts growing and not just sits there for 20 minutes. Okay, let's bring this tether line up towards the actual base, and probably because there's modules, the tether line I think will connect to the base. No, it doesn't look like it. Well, I can see it will, but it doesn't want to because it's connected to because I came in this way and didn't start off the base. Okay, so what I want to do is I need to finish smelting this aluminum, and once this is done smelting, then I want to get at least 1 or 2 of these quartz smelted. Quartz can also make beacons, which is useful especially when exploring other planets because you can mark points of interest. You can also do that. What I usually use quartz to is make beacons. So say like I make a secondary base that doesn't have a shelter, or I find a big old deposit but my inventory is full. Well, I heard the research complete. I'm gonna run over here to the ceramic, or clay, and mine this up real quick. So that, I mean, clay itself isn't useful, but ceramic, it's very useful for making ceramic, which you can use to make drill mods, oxidizer, and that's about it basically. Okay, let me run back now. I got enough clay, so I can turn that into ceramic if I have to, but at the minute I don't need to, so I'm gonna, because I always, so usually I won't turn them into their smelted resource unless if I absolutely need it, because sometimes there's a use for it that I forget about, and then like all of a sudden it's like, oh, I really need this, but I turned it all into ceramic or whatever. Alright, let me look at how much research I have. I have 500 bytes. I want to get that, but I do need, I can give myself a small solar, but because I can't really build them because of lack of malachite, aka copper, I think the best bet right now would be to, either unlock the soil centrifuge, or I really need the rocket, but that's gonna be a little bit. And I could unlock the engine now, but I don't. But I think I would rather. Oh, they changed. Actually, no, they didn't. Never mind. I can unlock the engine now, but there's no point in that because then I would just have an engine for no reason. But I could get a little bit more byte to get the soil centrifuge, which is actually really useful. Or I can just do nothing at the minute. Okay, that's done. Small wind turbine. Small wind turbine. I'm gonna for now put them on here because I don't have another place. I need another power platform just that has turbines on it like this one. I think I have the supplies to build one, but at the moment I don't want to build another one at the minute because, well, you know. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I don't think it actually matters where. Oh wait, no, yeah, this is still gonna get some spin in it. Yeah, those are stopping and those aren't really producing us power anymore because there's no wind. Oh, and then I can. So I didn't need to stick them on there. I just forgot about these little spots. These spots are perfect for the lights, like the floodlights and stuff. Not the floodlight, but I forget what they're called. The work light, I think, which is 1 copper, which is only useful. It's useful for lighting the place up, but like they do need power and they do drain suit power. So I do usually make them at some point. I'm not sure when I'll make mine. This game, if I will. Alright. One thing I always like to make at some point, I like to get the small oxygen tanks real fast. Because I think it's a smart idea to have the oxygen tanks, because there's many times where not only are they cheap to make, they're a little expensive to unlock, but they're just one glass to make, like the small wind turbine. So they're relatively cheap. I'm gonna, where is the research? Okay. I'm gonna start the next research. So, I actually didn't really need to make this aluminum yet, because I don't need any, I could, I kind of want to get myself a buggy, but I don't have the research for it. I could, in theory, well not in theory, get myself the tractor, and the trailer isn't that, is useful, but it's not that useful. I would love a trailer, even if, or a tractor, even if it's just a basic, like, it would be just a basic vehicle for me to get around. But I would much prefer, I like the tractor because you can have the small trailer. However, I like the buggy because it's not slow as dirt. But, usually I get buggy and then I go to the large rover. Fun fact, usually I skip the medium shuttle. Usually I can get small shuttle and then using the small shuttle to get the titanium and stuff so I can make the large shuttle. I could go medium shuttle then large, but large is much useful, and medium isn't at all. I'm not even sure why it's in the game. And I do kind of want to start getting some of the automation stuff. However, I don't find that much use for it right this minute, except like a storage container. Large active storage? Actually, this is new. 1 zinc, 1 aluminum, 1 resin. That's cheap, and it looks like it has a lot of slots. I don't know. The large one is expensive because it needs nanocarbon, which is I believe officially the rarest and pretty much the most useful resource in the game. So yeah, there's no way I'll be getting that for anytime soon. However, if I can find it, I know there's a medium storage, which works very similarly. There's a medium resource canister. 1 plastic, 1 glass. Okay, so it looks like before I get much of the automation stuff up, I am going to need a chemistry lab, which is 1 ceramic, 1 glass, 1 tungsten. And to get chemistry lab, to get tungsten, I have to go to the moon. So before I can get any of that stuff, I do need to go. So the progression line is still basically the automation is after you get through most of the progression, aka when you start getting small, when you start getting your first rocket. So I do need my first launch shuttle. However, I think I'm gonna right now. I think I'm not going to get the soil. I think it would actually be smarter. I think it would be smarter for me to unlock myself. I think it would be smarter to start getting ready for a rocket. So, getting the resources to build a solid fuel, which I have to go into the forest for. And also, not only do I have to go get the resources to build it, but also I need the resources to build the actual rocket. And I would love an oxidizer, but I guess I can run off resin. Or I could just steal the bases. That would be accurate, because this isn't meant to be multiplayer. I do have a friend that could join me, which I might actually have him help me make a screenshot or something. I may have to actually go and use the creative mode, but I'm pretty sure it turns off cheats. I don't want to use creative mode because I don't want to, because creative mode would allow me to get the camera, and the camera would allow me to have, the camera would give me the ability for me to, the camera would give me the ability so that I could get pictures, so it would be easier for me to make my like thumbnail, which I'm pretty bad at that. The last one was just like, the last one took me way too long to make because for some reason the computer's like editing doesn't have editing, and I don't actually have a place to make editing. I guess I could get Photoshop, but I don't really have Photoshop. I gotta have to download it and stuff. But anyways, and it doesn't have standard text. It just has the like animated text, and I can't save. So what I had to do was put on the text, take a screenshot of it with the text, and then modify the next one, so because I can only put in 1 text at a time. And I guess I could freehand it, but I suck at freehand. Let me check this out, see if there's anything in here. a lot of organic, which isn't the most useful thing at the minute. Because I have nothing that uses organic, or needs organic. Okay. Aluminum, that, clay, come on, quartz, more quartz, and another organic. Okay. I got one part of the rocket engine. Ooh, solar panel. I'm out of tether though. Thankfully, this compound right here. Okay, I think I'm gonna get rid of this organic because I really don't need it, and because items don't really despawn. Like if I really at some point need it and I remember that it's here, I can come back and grab it. Let me actually grab another tether. Okay, my canisters are already full. I just made these. Let's continue exploring this forest. That's awesome. Ammunium. I have trouble saying that resource. That's why I usually just call it rocket fuel. Ammunium. Yeah, I'm probably butchering that. Oh, there's more research. I probably should bring that back if I remember. I hate sliding, and because of forests are usually kind of hilly, you know what I mean. Typically, it makes it where there's a lot more of. There's usually a lot more of sliding. Makes it hard to jumpers. Let's see what's in here. Okay, I already picked up a glass as you saw. Ah, jeez, camera work is terrible when you're in these. Clay. Oh, my backpack's full. Alright. Oh, there's the last piece. What can I get rid of? Organic. I can do that. I'm gonna have to leave the rest of these behind though. Which I guess I could come back for. But at the moment, I don't really need any of that stuff that's in there. I'm glad for the laterite because then there's more. I have more. With the laterite, it makes it easier for me to. I remembered about the research. The laterite is more aluminum. And one problem I usually have in my games is I always forget about the aluminum. So to say, like, I always make myself a certain number. Like, I usually, okay then. Anyways, that just happened. Usually I make myself only enough aluminum for what I need, and not, I don't usually have a bunch of extra. Oh yeah, one sad thing, which makes it annoying in forests, is that when you start to slide where you're holding something like a research, you will drop it. I mean, you can pick it up again even while you're sliding, which kind of makes the effort counterintuitive. But like, it's just annoying. Let's just go this way because it's not that hard. I ran out of tethers, but it was close enough. Yeah, there's a tether line there, and there's also gonna be one there. Yeah, my tether lining isn't perfect because I want the most direct way to my base, so I never die of oxygen. But at the same time, yeah. So I am 10 out of 10 with this game, you know. Oh, my thing grew. Yeah, see, it won't hurt me now. And I believe I can dig it up. Sometimes I'll get research from it. Speaking of research, well, I think for now, I think I'm gonna unlock this next. Okay, first I'm gonna use the glass to build my small wind turbine. I didn't really need to ammunium, but it's always good to have 2 thrusters because they only work to get off the planet. Basically, they're a one-way trip, or not a one-way trip. They're basically basically with one engine I can take off from this planet. I can go land on another planet, any planet, then come back, and that's it. And if I accidentally make a mistake, like land on a different spot, then it's over. So that's why I like to have extra. Okay, that's gonna annoy me. I need to make one more just so there isn't just one there. It's gonna slow down the power. The wind is decided to be slow right at this minute. And I don't have anywhere to put this. I can put this mean, it's not day, so this is useless right now. Well, it's not as useless as you think, but it's still not day, so it's not giving us any power. It's just sitting there. At least it's not like using power or anything. Okay, we actually take that off and let that finish. I know we would be getting no research, but like, yeah, there. I'm actually gonna turn this off. I'm gonna put these two laterite on here, and then once either research is done or once it becomes day and high wind, I think I can turn this off. Batteries are very slowly dying. Once it becomes day, I think we'll be fine. And also once that's done, because the battery will charge. I wish I could build medium batteries, but I don't have lithium. Or they're locked. Okay. Power's dying because wind has stopped. And it's still not day. Of course, as soon as I turn off the smelting furnace, the wind comes up. Once this is finished, then I can turn it off. There's no point in it, but I guess it does make it easier if I accidentally put something on here. And also now we're not using any power to this button. I could even disconnect it, because it is using a tiny bit of power here, but not very much. Not enough to be a worry. Also, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't actually matter what direction the wind's coming from. I mean, I think it does push you a little bit, but it doesn't like, I don't think it decreases wind or anything. I mean, there is like very little wind. Like, I mean, you can almost use wind turbines underground. The problem with underground is wind is very slow. I guess the only reason for the direction is mainly for you to like just look at it, you know, like you can see what direction the wind's coming from, so to say. So yeah, I'm gonna save my game real quick because I can. Okay, so right now I'm mainly just waiting for this to research. And I think I'm gonna dig this up and see if there's a research capsule. There might be, but there might not be. Okay, it doesn't look like there was one. However, it gave me another seed. And because it is mutated, I think if I get a seed from a mutated one, I think it will automatically be mutated. So the next one I grow will always be, yeah. This is the second episode. I haven't even gotten to space yet. And the episode's about to end because, well, I'm running out of time slowly. Oh, by the way, anyone who watches this, like, real quick, if anyone who's watching this, if you have any idea for content for me to do, or like if you want to see another specific game or something like that, or whatever, I don't care. If you have some kind of idea that might help me or might make this terrible, anything, just let me know and I'll try to change it. Like, give me actual criticism or and stuff. Like if I'm too quiet, then I can either try to speak. Like there's things I can try to do to fix some problems that you guys might have with me, so to say. I mean, that sounds wrong, kinda. So basically what I'm saying is, if there's something you want me to change, for example, am I too quiet, am I too loud, what? And if you want me to do different things, like, I don't care what you want, but just tell me, then I can. So yeah. So if there's like something you want me specifically to do, so to say, yeah. Oh, one thing I kind of wish was, one thing I kind of want to do as a challenge almost, is play this game normally, except never use this. Never get your starting stuff. Like you have to go get the compound to make the small printer, then use the small printer to make the platform. You need resin to make this platform, or you can. Oh wait, no, you won't have the parts. You have to make this, then you have to get the compound to make this, then you have to use this. Basically, you wouldn't start off with anything except the oxidizer. I probably would still have to use that, mainly because of the tethers. But if it was an actual challenge, then I wouldn't be allowed to use the tethers until I can research and build my own oxidizer. So yeah, that would be a fun but frustrating challenge, because there'd be a lot of almost dying because of me having to run out and hope I can grab resources before I die. Because I'd have to, because basically what I would have to do is run over there to that resin. Okay, I didn't realize that was gonna happen. Like, I'd have to run over to this resin without an oxygen supply, mine up the resin, then use the resin probably to make oxygen filters. That would probably be my main way of getting around because I can't use tethers because there's no oxygen connection. We're out of research. That might be a problem. I could. Okay, I'm gonna have to go grab research because we're out, and I thought I had more. I didn't realize that I would have used it that quickly. I'll be honest. So I guess I get to run back out and go get myself some research. And I've completely forgot to make myself tethers, so I'm just gonna have to hope that the research is in range of my sprint. I see a research, or at least I thought I did. There it is. I see it. I'm blind. I'm legally half blind. I'm joking. Yay, now I get to run back to base before I die of oxygen. Alright, yeah, I'm fine. But the problem with that challenge is that I think it would be possible to beat the game. It would just be that the beginning would be even slower and more hit and run. Because of the, like, basically you'd have to hope that you spawn next to lots of resin like I did. You spawn next to a bunch of compound, and that's just completely useless because compound gives you, yes, you can get tethers. Are they useful? No, because you have no oxygen. I mean, you do have I guess you could have a power supply. So, yeah, but you have no oxygen. I don't think I don't think a tether works if you don't have oxygen connected to it. So, like, basically it's just completely useless because you have no oxygen supply, so like you would very quickly die because of, well, like, you basically would have no tethered line, so exploring would be harder. And because of the space between deposits like compound and resin, you'd have to hope there's big enough deposits next to you that you don't have to venture out too much, or at the very least don't have to venture out. Like, because the problem with that kind of challenge is that you just have to hope you have the resources. And it would be a while before you get the oxidizer. So, like, you'd have to, for the longest time, just survive off of... For the longest time, you just have to survive off of using oxygen filters and maybe beacons to mark your way. And the sad thing about that is, with no power supply, you'd have to, like, carry wind turbines on you and stuff. Or small wind turbines and small solar panels. Because there would be no other way for you to get power except, like, you know, by running around, like... I mean, I guess you could get organic with a small generator, but, like, well, not really the main problem, but one of the problems with that is definitely the whole, like, you know, you need organic, and you have I mean, obviously, you probably wouldn't use a drill mod, because that uses power, and the amount of power, basically, power would be more, I'm seeing power would be a bigger problem than oxygen. Like, getting oxygen supply, copper. Getting oxygen supply isn't too hard. Just the problem is definitely gonna turn into... The problem will very quickly turn into a problem of... Well, I have the power to collect the oxygen, collect the resin so I can make my oxygen filter. So yeah, it's actually a pretty big loss of Malka, considering the fact that we're not on Calidor. Because Malka is actually... Even though it's the secondary resource of Salvia, it's actually still it's rare enough for it to be like it's usually rare enough for my resources to be like it'd be rare enough for me to have like it'd be rare enough for me to rely on solar panels because I wouldn't be able to produce enough solar panels to have an effective power. And besides that, solar panels isn't the most effective thing on Salvia. Calidor is amazing with sunlight, and I believe its days are longer than Salvia. Salvia being the starting planet, the one I'm walking on. So yeah, there's that. I think I'm gonna run back to base, see the status of my research, drop the malachite off, and then end the video. doop, doop, doop. This video is slightly longer than the last one, by like maybe a minute or two. Because the last one I ended on 29 minutes, and this one is running about 30 minutes. So I don't think I'm gonna trim it down. I mean, I might trim down some of the sections where I'm not doing anything important or talking about anything important that I could just cut. Maybe. I doubt it. So yeah, I'm gonna save the game real quick because I'm superstitious. I would rather the game not to die. Okay. Well, see you. See you next time. See you next upload. Goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.